Ideal. So today we are talking about day 4.
Mhm.
So as before, could you sing this portion for us?
Yes.
Great.
Okay, so the fourth day, that's from verse 14 all the way to verse 19 including. So, ויאמר אלוהים יהי מאורות ברכיה השמיים להבדיל בין היום ובין הלילה והיו לאותות ולמועדים ולימים ושנים והיו למאורות ברכיה השמיים להאיר על הארץ ויהי כן ויעש אלוהים את שני המאורות הגדולים את המאור הגדול לממשלת היום, ואת המאור הקטון לממשלת הלילה, ואת הכוכבים, ויתן אותם אלוהים ברכיה השמיים, להאיר על הארץ, ולמשול ביום ובלילה, ולהבדיל בין האור ובין החושך, וירא אלוהים כי טוב, ויהי ערב ויהי בוקר יום רביעי. Okay. So the fourth day is it's very meaningful. I mean, it's not about light and darkness.
No.
Right?
No.
Because light and darkness that was already in day 1.
Right.
I mean, this is about the I don't know how you call them, how it's being translated, but what is the word in verse 15, for example? We
Verse
talk about
15.
the celestial something.
They didn't there, but that is often a celestial.
The celestial lights,
Yeah,
right? Or
celestial
something like
lights,
that. Right.
yeah.
And indeed, I mean, this is about very much about the sun and the moon and the stars,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, there is something interesting about the way that it's being phrased. I mean, it says in verse 16, it says that God made, what does it say?
Two great lights.
Two great lights. Okay, it says in Hebrew, it says, and God made the two big lights. Okay, the two big lights. Okay, that means that those two lights, those two celestial lights, they both of them were equally big.
Interesting.
Equally big. Okay, so the sun and the moon were created equal. Okay, so God created the two big lights, and then we see a change. The big light for the day to rule the day or to govern the day,
yes.
And the little light to govern the night and the stars.
I love that, and the stars.
Okay, and the stars. Okay, and so what's happening? I mean, first of all, why does it differentiate between the two lights, the two celestial lights, and the stars? I mean, why not saying, and God create the two lights and the stars, the big light for the day, the little light, and the stars for the night.
Right.
It looks, I mean, according to the sequence, I mean, logically, it seems like the story is being told in a way that is about to attract, that should attract our attention, that something happened there. Okay, when the lights were created, it wasn't just, okay, big light, small light, stars, you day, you night. No, there was something else. The process was different. First of all, they were created equal. Both of them were big lights. The two big lights, it says explicitly.
Yes.
Okay, and then something happened that made one of them to stay as big as it was created, and the other one had to be diminished and get smaller. And only then the stars were added. And the Jewish tradition about this one, and the Jewish Talmud does talk about this quite a lot. And there's a suggestion of something that happened where we won't be able to know for sure. But the Hebraic observation here is that both the sun and the moon were created equal, and then the moon came to God, who created both of them, and said, "You cannot have two kings under the same crown." Okay, that's really, I'm just giving the quote from the Talmud. You cannot have two kings under the same crown, basically wanting to say, you created us both equal, but we can't really do it equally. So make the sun smaller. I'm here. I'm already here. I came to you first. So make the sun smaller, and that's when God made the moon smaller. Okay, if you cannot be, so we said, I'll take your word, but I'll make you smaller. But in order to sweeten that decision, the stars were added as well, and the stars.
I'd love to know the Jewish observation about stars and like all the different constellations.
Well, there is a lot being written, a lot which is written in the Talmud about the different stars, about the characteristic of each one, and they also talk about celestial arrangement of the stars, and how is it that in every hour of the day there is a different star that takes preference, that shines more than the others, and that's basically like the characteristics of that one are more dominant during that time. And the Jewish Talmud is saying even babies who are born when that star is more dominant in the celestial arrangement, or will be of that kind. Their character will be of that kind. Yes. I mean, just like we're reading, horoscope, but but it's not that. But it's not that like cheap, stuff. This is really this is based on a very very long tradition. Things that were written 2,500 years ago. About the arrangement of the stars, quite fascinating, really. And but really, I mean, I think that what we have to learn from this little thing, I mean, if we take it as if we really look at it like as something that actually happened there between the celestial lights, we learn a lot about humility, and the fact that God doesn't make mistakes. And the way he creates, that's the right way that it should be. I mean, we cannot criticize the way that he creates. We are invited to partner with him, clearly. We are invited to partner. I mean, we see that God said to mankind in the end, he said, rule and have dominion, and it's yours to keep, and we have responsibility over it, but we do not judge it. I mean, we are invited in. We are guests in his creation. Okay, given a lot of room to rule and to govern and to have dominion, yes, but still guests. And there is a lot to learn here about that sort of humility which is needed when we stand before him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we still have to visit the 5th day and the 6th day and Shabbat.
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.